Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and I'm starting this one a little bit differently. I'm working on my Portland album, and one of my goals was to actually go into Pinterest and use more of the things that I've pinned as examples for my scrapping. And this was one that I had pinned because I thought for my Portland album that my opening page would be a 4x8. That's what I originally thought I wanted. So I had that figured out of, okay, something will be on the front, and this is what I wanted on the back, something similar to that. So I had picked out this, which I thought had a similar look, and I could fit my photo in this space or even cover this up if I didn't want it, but I figured it had a similar, look to that, which I liked. However, now when I actually ended up designing my opening page, it ended up being a full 6x8. So now I can't do this, or can I? I'm wondering if I can, so here's my opening page. If I can take the 6x8, use this on it, just find some background paper and still do it, or even like offset it like this and then have some embellishments over here with background paper peeking out. I don't know, something like that. But I really love the look of this, so I don't want to give it up. So this is what I have to work with here, and I'm hoping I can just pull something together that looks good. So the first thing I actually need to do here is to measure this space so I know how to cut this photo so that it will fit in there. I think I am going to keep this because I have one for sure, maybe two stamp sets for Portland. I know I have one specifically that says Portland. I think the other one is actually Pacific Northwest, so you could use it for Washington or Oregon or, you know, the whole area. So I figure there's something in here that I can do. If stamping doesn't work because that's such a small space, I think I have tiny letter stickers or tiny alphas where I could just do PDX or something like that. So I think I want to keep it, but then I need to cut down this photo. When I did my measuring, the spot came to just about 3 3/4 inches, and so I cut it to that, and it gave me just a hair of space between the lines, which I like. So that is how I have cut the photo. I do want to keep it edge to edge, just like you see here. I like the look of that. So I have that done and I can adhere it. But I'm also wondering if I should stamp something here, attach it. I do have some dead space in the sky and on the tarmac, so not totally sure about that. I'm also going to look into my stamps to see about filling this spot. I was right about my stamps. I have two sets here. I have one that is specific to Portland and one that's the Pacific Northwest. And when I looked on here, there isn't anything that would fit in that space. But on here, there is. So thank you, Carrie Bradford Studio. You have made the perfect set for me here. I'm going to use this one that says PDX Oregon, which is perfect to fit right there. And normally I would do it in black, but I'm wondering if I should here because there's so much black already. I'm considering maybe doing like this blue just to liven it up a bit. I have pulled two ink colors just to see how they'll work. So I will do a test first. I won't stamp on here till I know for sure. But these are the two I've selected, Pacific Point and Marina Mist. And they are quite different. This is much lighter, but I thought maybe for up here, if I stamp once, like stamp away and then stamp, that might be a good option. This one, I don't think I've used this a whole lot, so I don't remember how bright it actually is. Once you stamp it, it might be too much for this, or I could stamp away and then do it. Not sure. So I'll test them both and then I'll decide. I have done my test stamping and I want to show you the differences here. This is the Pacific Point, and this is the original. This is the second pass, and then this is Marina Mist. I like this one better. The original stamping is way too dark, but this, so if I stamp away and then do a second pass, I think that looks pretty good with the blue that's on the plane. Now it is darker than this, but I like a little contrast, so that's okay. Now my stamping is done, which I love, and my picture is attached. I love all of this. And now I can look for some background paper to help fill the 6x8 space. And whatever I choose here will probably determine the embellishments that I use on the rest of the page. When I was looking at background paper, I actually got distracted by something. I found this in my bin for PDX stuff. Take Flight. And I remember I put that in there because it happened to be orange, and there is orange on the plane. I flew Sun Country, so their colors are blue and orange. And now that I've done this, I don't know that I can use it for this. I could maybe squeeze it in here on the side, or maybe if I put this almost justified to the left, I could do it over here in this blank space and overlap, but I already have a title up here, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. But I'm going to hang on to it and just see what kind of background paper I can find, and that might determine whether I use this or not. I may have found a winning combination here. I found this in my pre-cut 6x8 pieces. I think it actually came this way from probably a Cocoa Daisy kit, because I believe when they do their 6x8s, or did, it was one-sided. You didn't get both. So I think maybe that's where that's from, or a Citrus Twist, or I don't know, somebody that did a 6x8 paper kit at one time. I got a bunch of that size, but I'm just grateful for it because I like the way it looks. It's not a perfect match to either of these blues, and I'm totally fine with that. I like a little bit of offset, and then adding this, it makes that color pop for sure. So I'm kind of digging that if I just place it right about like that. But then it's like that feels blank up there. So I could also, let's try this, move it. Would it be weird to have it centered when I've got this up here? Kind of like the look of it better down here actually, but then I'm not sure what to do up there, but I do like it. But I will look for some other embellishments. I have this whole envelope of just embellishment stuff that I pulled for Portland, so I have that, and I can go into my general travel stuff as well. Well, the only thing I found in there was this, which the phrase doesn't really work here. The orange is quite a bit off, so not an option. So now I'm gonna have to go into my regular travel stuff and hope that there's something in there. In my regular stash of travel stuff, I have found two things I'm considering using. One is almost too perfect, I can't believe it. There's this. Forgot I even had this. It's this little fabric sticker thing. Says Rome, it's got the blue, it's got black, and of all things, the geotag is orange. You just don't see that often. So I feel like it was meant for this. I'm gonna have to work that in somewhere. And then the other thing I found was in this set of chipboard stickers from Citrus Twist, just this orange one that says Big Escape. And it was because this was my first week-long trip since before the pandemic started. So I was definitely ready to go. And it's not the same orange, but it's close. So I might be willing to give it a whirl. Upon closer inspection of this card, I thought this was orange. It's actually red. It's a little bit faded, but it's red. I don't want that in here. So I think what I'm going to do is actually take this and cover that up, and look at this. It's pretty much the perfect size. It fits right there. I can cover that up. You'll never know it was there. Now I have that attached and it's perfect. I'm super happy with that. Then all I have left is this. And when I was playing around with it, I thought the only place it really looked good was right here. Sort of offset from this to make another title. Otherwise, if I had it up here, it looked weird. I know most of the time we want to go for a visual triangle, but doesn't that look weird? Kind of just floating up there by itself? I feel like it does. So I think I'm going to just move it down here, place it there. I like that much better. I could do splattering up here if I want, or I could leave it. I'm tempted right now just to leave it. So I'm going to adhere everything as it appears here and then decide, do I want something else? And I do just want to show for this. This is from Color Cast Designs. They come with backing that you peel off. It's not adhesive though. So even when you peel that off, you will have to use some liquid glue to attach it. I have glued down the Take Flight, so now all I have left is this. And to my lovely surprise, when I went to use it, it's self-adhesive. I thought I was going to have to do glue dots or liquid glue or something, but nope, it has adhesive. And if this looks familiar to anybody, can you tell me who made this? I know it's pretty old. It was a set of these that came like either in 4 or 6 of little things, and I think this is the last one I have. But I can't remember for the life of me who makes it, but I love it. I would love if I could find more somewhere, but I doubt it's still made. All right, I have everything glued down and adhered, so I just want to show final result. This on the left hand side there was my original inspiration, and this is the final page. So even though I thought it was going to be a 4x8, I moved it to a 6x8, and I think it came out quite well actually. There we go. So I'm glad that I have made the effort to go into my Pinterest stuff and actually look at them, because turning this into this, very satisfying. So here's another one done for Portland. Thanks for watching.